Okay, I'm sitting down here with Hideo Baba, who's the producer on the Tales of series from Namco Bandai. And I think we have to start with the table because there's a lot of things going on with Tales of. So could you just tell us a little bit what we're seeing here at the table?
まず今日ね、
So you can find the Japanese version of the collector's edition for Tales of Symphonia Chronicles on the table. So the first item is a special folded box, which utilizes the exclusive new artwork created by Ufotable, the animation studio, who created the opening animation for Tales of Xillia or Xillia 2. And the second item is, of course, the game software, including Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. And the third item is a small figurine set, which is called Chibi-Kyunkara in Japanese. And so the main character, hero and heroine, and are from each, the titles, Symphony and the Dawn of the New World. And there is another mascot from Tales of Symphony Dawn of the New World. And there is original special novel which describes what is happening between Tales of Symphony and Tales of Symphony Dawn of the New World. And there is not included in the Japanese version of the collector edition, but especially for the European and American fans, of course, including the Swedish fans, we will add the original soundtrack in the European version of the collector edition. So in addition to the Symphonia collector's edition, the cat, his name is Lolo in the English version. He is traveling with me to attend so many consumer events in Europe this time. So while I was traveling to go to so many retail events to promote Tales of Xillia 2, he was always with me.
So it's a special year. You're celebrating 2 anniversaries with the Tales of series. The 10th anniversary for Symphonia, which I think introduced me to the series and a lot of European fans to the series, and the 15-year anniversary of the whole franchise. Could you tell us a little bit about sort of where Tales of is today and where it comes from and sort of the journey that has been over the last 15 years?
So
in Japan, more than 17 years has passed since the first installment, Tales of Fantasia, was released on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And Tales of Fantasia is it was the first installment was released so many years ago, but this isn't called like singing RPG because in the first the title there are already the opening theme song was included, and the key theme in the storyline was coexistence, which became the common theme in the future Tales of titles. And Tales of Symphonia was the most beloved and the favorite title among fans, not only in Japan but also in the European countries as well. So I had never celebrated the anniversary of the individual titles, but because the Symphonia was so loved by the fans, so I really wanted to celebrate 10th anniversary. And the Tales of Xillia was the 15th anniversary title of the series. So to celebrate the 15th anniversary, Tales of Xillia was released in August this year in Europe.
And I feel Tales of Xillia has a little bit different feel than what we used to from Tales of game. Can you tell us a little bit about why the series is, if you will, moving in that sort of direction?
So the key theme in the Tales of Xillia 2 is choice. So I really want to describe how important to make many choices in the daily life. So to describe the seriousness of the theme for the storyline, we set the main character as a bit mature character compared to the other the series titles. So in the previous title, the atmosphere of the graphic texture is a kind of the warm, watercolor painting style, but in Tales of Xillia 2, the direction of the graphic is a bit dark and cold. to describe the key themes. So the world setting was set like in a modern or futuristic, the atmosphere rather than like a fantasy atmosphere.
I suppose, given the nature of the series, you really have freedom to do anything you want. But what would you say sort of unites all Tales of series games, because they are very diverse in sort of characters and settings and all that. What do you feel is at the core?
一番、
So basically there are two core features in Tales of series. The first one is the storyline, which has a big theme. So as I said in the previous question, I said that in the basic theme for every Tales of series is coexistence. But in addition to the coexistence, we add a unique, different theme in each titles, and we need to make the character attractive and have an important role in the storyline to describe the theme. And the character needs to be like felt sympathy from the fans, from the users. So this is in the first core feature in Tales of series. But the second feature is the unique battle system. So in every title, we tweaked and evolved in the feature in the battle system. So because we really want to make the battle system more very exciting and exhilarating, so that the fans can enjoy keeping the fighting against the enemies. So these two features are very important, very essential for the Tales of series.
So how would you describe the sort of the state of Japanese RPGs today? I felt there was a period when perhaps you were looking a lot to the West for inspiration, but it seems like it's a little bit different now. How would you describe it?
そうですね。
Yeah, I think I can say it's true that JRPG have been losing the power compared to 10 or 20 years ago. So I think that the number of the JRPG has been really decreased even in Japan. So there is really just a few titles released in Japan. So I think this is the time to promote the Tales of series not only in Japan but also in the Western countries as well. So I visited so many consumer events to increase the recognition among the European game users. So I want to keep putting my energy into the developing and promoting the Tales of series.
Thank you very much for your time.
どうもありがとうございます。
Nice to meet you.